What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode and another season of the Presidential Executive Podcast. This your boy, JB, the executive over here, my homie brethren over here, El Presidente Rag. And before we get into anything, I want to tell my boy, congratulations. I got some new nieces and nephews. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give a salute to my guy and everybody involved in that. You know what I mean? So kids are a blessing, man. So
man, for sure.
What it do, my guy?
Man, like I said, you know, we had some technical difficulties a few minutes ago, but
we did.
Yeah, we had an interesting summer, man. We got some extortion.
Yeah.
We had some removals.
Yeah, actually I think it's the first episode of season 2 where we're talking about the Bang Bang.
Mm-hmm.
Got removed. I think it's still gone actually.
So that's what we calling it. We transitioning from the Kookie Pack.
Yeah,
to the Bang Bang.
Either one. Kookie Pack or Bang Bang. So
we got the pops from Friday. Bang Bang.
So you know, we're probably getting into a little bit of that here. You know what I'm saying, on this first, you know what I'm saying? Because we're going to do what we do. You know what I'm saying?
That doesn't stop anything.
You know what I'm saying? We want to be smart. You know what I mean? But we still got to do what we do. You know what I'm saying? We got to be us. You know what I mean? So, but appreciate everybody hanging in there with us. And I've been seeing subscribers have been growing even in the off season.
Yeah.
We almost at 28K views period.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we keep on growing with that.
So we're going to be at 30 by the end of the year.
Yeah. No doubt. Maybe we'll be 30 after this. You know, video. Maybe people been missing us and been like,
it's what the game's been missing.
You know what I'm saying? So I think so. You know what I mean? So, and of course we got Crown Vic in the house.
Say what's up to the people.
You know what I'm saying?
What's up, man? What's up?
Crown Vic.
He a little camera shy, but y'all hear him in the audio.
Y'all gonna see him one of these days though. We're gonna get another camera. We're gonna put everything out there so we can see, you know what I'm saying, all this melon, you know what I'm saying, in the room and all this stuff. You know what I mean?
You know what, like, and I feel like, man, as I, because you know I listen to a lot of pods when I'm at work.
For sure.
And I'm just thinking of like some of the ones when we started that we was listening to. You know what I'm saying? The transitions and the changes.
Yeah.
The subtractions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like and again, like we looked at these people, you know what I'm saying? We were fans of and are fans of the Joe Budden podcast.
No doubt.
Of I Am Athlete and now the Pivot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you was on DeSuze and Mero.
Yeah.
But you know, now they're not together. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, and they, you know, you looking at them like, oh, they're finna be doing the thing. And it's like, you know, man, I'm encouraged because you know, as I shared, my homegirl that does the branding and stuff, like, she just said, man, y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
Yeah.
She's like, because most people do not have the staying power.
Yeah.
And she was like, so she said it was a blessing to her to see that we were still going, you know what I'm saying, and still running the race. And so, man, I'm just glad that we able to, you know, make it shake.
No doubt, man. So it's lovely out here, man. And so I wanna go ahead and get the kind of stuff going. Some of the stuff that we're gonna be talking about is gonna be when it comes out, maybe new, maybe a little old, but you know what I'm saying, we work at our own pace.
Just on our take of it, what we done thought about.
We do what we do. You know what I'm saying? So we hope everybody chime in and hit the comments. You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We're on all the podcast platforms: Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. I said it kind of.
I was gonna say Stitcher's always the last one. Stitcher's always the one.
Yeah, I didn't.
You know
I'm gonna get it right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We putting, it's like putting the training wheels back on. So
in season 3, we're gonna bring back our awards. We slipped on it in season 2.
We got to.
We got to bring the awards back, especially. It's a lot of awards that need to be given out.
Oh, definitely. It may be one on this episode.
It's a lot of awards that need to be given out.
We got a lot of stuff to kind of get into, and I was kind of juggling to kind of see what, you know, we kind of do first. And this is kind of a wild card here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Have you seen the Jeffrey Dahmer thing? You seen the Jeffrey Dahmer thing?
I kind of watched most of the first episode in its entirety, but
it's interesting.
It like, you know, certain stuff, you know, if it just don't sit, and this is gonna sound bad.
It probably won't.
I didn't feel as bad watching P-Valley as I did watching
the
Dahmer thing.
Really?
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Cause like when you're like taking a life,
mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Then you're eating a person, like that type stuff, and knowing, you got to remember, because we was kids, you know, when that happened. So like that was all in the paper. So like you almost like reliving and trying to understand what that meant. Like, what do you mean he a cannibal? What is that? You know what I'm saying? So it was like actually getting a visual to something that we experienced in our lifetime.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the P Valley thing, like some of it's based in red, but it's just entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It's just mindless drivel. It's something to pass the time. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm watching like it's dramatic license being taken, but like this shit actually happened.
Yeah. Like, literally.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even like that first episode when Homeboy was dead, could you imagine somebody having you dance for them before?
No, I can't.
And you might be about to die.
Yeah.
But I know that's not where the controversy is coming in. But yeah. So I'm familiar. Go on.
You seen the Vic? Have you seen the Dahmer thing?
Yeah, I have.
You see, like for me, like me and the wifey, this what happened. We were watching the first episode, and so it looked like it was going to a place, like it looked like it was about to get graphic.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And wifey was like, "Man, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch this no more." And I was like, I'm gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You was invested.
I was ready. You know what I mean?
Invested.
But as I kept watching, I told her, I was like, okay, they're not. To me, it wasn't even graphic like that. They didn't show him strangling nobody. You know what I'm saying? Eating the body parts.
Show him, like, did they show him stabbing?
No,
because I want to say spoiler alert. But when he killed the dude, the first dude he killed
with a dumbbell.
Right. The dude with the long hair.
And he just hit him. They didn't even show. They didn't even show the blood, kind of like when he hit on the impact and stuff like that. So I thought, to me,
now was that? I know you're going some, but was that the end of it when? Because I didn't watch the rest of that part. Was that all they showed when he hit the dude with the dumbbell?
Yeah.
Because what actually happened was when he hit him with the in real life, when he hit the guy, it knocked him out,
right,
and he strangled him to death. They
did show him. They did show him doing that, but
okay. I didn't know if they showed.
They showed it from an angle to where you didn't see his face, him actually doing. They showed it kind of from behind, so you saw him strangle him, but you didn't see his anguish
you didn't see
and
the guy who
exactly. So it was, to me, it was done in good taste, in a sense. Like it could have went buck wild. You know what I'm saying? It could have, because he was eating bodies, preserving stuff, genitalias, and doing all that stuff, but. I thought it was interesting. To me, I'd rather watch stuff like that than actual scary movies. Like, I'm not a Halloween. Like, I watch Halloween because wifey likes scary movies, but I'd rather watch something like Dahmer, something that's based in reality and history, in a sense, to where, I can get more into that.
They lost me when he started playing with himself, thinking about the fish guts. Now you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
He was sick.
You remember because he had the magazines. He wasn't getting on. He sat up there, thought about when him and his dad had caught the fish or whatever, and his dad cut the fish head off.
And they had his face like,
you know what I'm saying? And then so like he was squeezing like the insides of the fish, and then he like, nigga, like what are you doing?
He was something different. Now the whole thing at the end, I don't want to spend too much time on this though, but. The whole thing at the end, I told wifey, I was chilling with her under the bed the other day. I was like, I said, so Dahmer gonna be in heaven with us, huh? Because at the end, he converted to Christianity, was doing all this stuff. But like I said, for me, my perspective on that is only God knows. I don't know. I didn't know his heart. Nobody knows his heart on that. But he could have been trying to buck the system. You know what I'm saying?
Using that to try to get out as well.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He could have been. So it's like, who knows? You know what I'm saying? But to her, to my wife, Rachel, she was talking about, she was like, that would be so unfair and crazy to her.
Okay, so think about that. That's true. I'm torn though, because I feel that, but at the same time, now you've seen all the like Avengers movies and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So now, did you see the third Thor movie where like his sister came back?
Is that the recent one?
No, that Love and Thunder was the last one. The third one was the one where
I think I've seen that one.
He got into a fight with the Hulk in the arena and everything like that.
Yeah.
So if you remember, it was a dude that was an Asgardian, and he was rocking with Thor's sister. He like had betrayed him and was rocking with Thor's sister.
Right.
So for the whole movie, he rolling with Thor's sister. At the very end of the movie, he sees how wicked she is. And instead of killing the people like what she said, he turns around and he starts shooting her monsters and stuff with the gun, and he jumps and lets the monsters. So he got redemption at the end of the movie.
Right.
It's people who was cheering. Dude's name was Scourge.
Yeah.
They was cheering when. Matter of fact, you seen that show, The Boys yet?
I finished it. Bro.
Okay, so the same dude that played
I love it. I love it. By the way,
right.
So I love it.
The guy who was Butcher in The Boys,
Butcher.
That's who was in the Thor movie. He played the Scourge. He had he was the one with the AKs and stuff, or the ARs.
Right.
So he turns on Hela's minions and shooting them, and he jumps off the ship that's carrying all the Asgardians. He gets redemption at the end. Everybody's cheering for Scourge because he got redemption. How is that any different from somebody who's evil their whole life?
Right.
And then at the end of your life, you see the error of your ways and you ask for.
Because emotionally, you just like, how can this dude do all this crazy stuff
and it ain't right
and get out of jail free card, so to speak?
Didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, think about how he left here.
Oh yeah, he got brutally beat.
Yeah, he with a broomstick up his ass with his head in the toilet.
Now, in the actual documentary, that was the most graphic thing that they showed. How the dude in prison beat him down with a 20-inch crowbar or whatever it was. That was the most. They showed him beating, his face was all beat up, mutilated. You know what I'm saying, on the side. Like, that was the most graphic thing to me.
And had a broomstick shoved up his ass, and his head was in the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So did he really get it? Like, nobody ate him.
Right.
But I mean, if he did ask God for forgiveness, okay, yeah, that's good for then.
Right.
But
you got to still
it's consequences for what you did here.
Yeah. Right.
So he really didn't get away with anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just people are mad because they didn't dispense justice on him.
Yep. That's a good point. Because that was my thing. That's what I was telling Rachel. I was like, he died a brutal death. And they said the dude that actually, he came out and spoke the other day, Sarver, the dude that actually killed him in prison. He said he didn't put up no fight. He just took it. He wasn't trying to battle him or do nothing like that. He was just like, because if you look at the movie, even if you're looking in real life, he wanted the electric chair. Dahmer, he thought, I don't want to live, but just because of not Illinois rules, but Wisconsin rules, government rules, they didn't have the electric chair at that time. And so, he wanted it, but he was like, they didn't have it, so I guess I'm going to have to stay here. You know what I mean? So, like I said, only we don't know for sure, you know what I'm saying? Because, you can't mock God, as, the word says and stuff like that. But if he is there, like, that's the epitome of grace and that we all should want. Right. You know what I'm saying? So,
if he is, that goes back to what the scripture says, like, our thoughts are not his thoughts and our ways are not his ways. Like, he thinks on a level and the capacity that we are not able to. And so, and he has to, because in our feeble minds, I want to judge you for what you do, but I want to pass for what I do. Right. That's how we think.
Yeah.
We don't see the correlation in, I can disobey God all day long and I'm fine because you cheat on your taxes, you're a criminal.
Right.
Or you can, you know what I'm saying, do right by your taxes, you know what I'm saying, but you mad at me because I cuss, but you be beating the hell out your wife.
Yep.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But you're on me because, shit, your mouth is so foul, you shouldn't talk like that. But like, nigga, you.
Right.
We both foul.
Right.
There's got to be a hierarchy.
You should exactly.
So you say it's levels to it.
Exactly. Jeffrey Dahmer can't be on the level that I'm on.
Right. Exactly. Right.
He can be there.
Right. But that's the human thinking. It's
that's
like
the human thinking. We don't think like God. He thinks completely different and higher than we do.
And I'm glad so, because, like you said, for us in our mind, if one of our relatives got beat and was in the acid bin and tank and stuff like that, we may feel emotional about the situation and may not be, equipped to really, articulate, okay, I forgive him. You know what I'm saying? But, he died for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, including the craziest stuff Dahmer did, if he was genuine and his heart was into it and stuff like that. So it is what it is. But I ain't gonna lie, I want to say this too about this. I've seen people talking about the Dahmer situation. One of the people that we know, and they were talking about guard your eyes. I wouldn't watch that. You know what I'm saying? Your eye gates. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to watch stuff like
I'm looking at crowd. Crowd is like, who said that?
I'll tell you later.
Hey, but you know what, Cram?
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, it's
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but you watch Love and Hip Hop though.
Yeah.
Or you watch Power.
Yeah.
Great show.
Great show. Great show.
Great show.
But
great cast.
That's what I'm saying. You can't pick and choose. You can't say Dahmer is bad to watch, but you watch the other 3 or 4 other things that just say you can't stomach it. You know what I'm saying? Just say you can't stomach it. It ain't for you.
Man, work out your own soul salvation, bro.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. And that's.
We was joking about this off camera. Like, I know he has at some point, but as far as I know, like lately, even if he does, like Crown moderates if he's going to drink something.
Yeah.
It's not like he just turns up and gets lit. And he knows he's got his reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know as well. We've talked about that.
Right.
So like I'll joke, but I ain't never put pressure on him. I'm not always, man, come on, bro, you gotta turn up with me.
Right.
Yeah. No, cause I know and I respect that. I respect the hell out of him for that.
Yeah.
Because I know it's coming from a place of conviction.
Yeah.
But he don't say nothing about me. Cause as many times as he been around, he ain't never seen me falling over no furniture. He ain't never seen me slurring. He ain't never seen me incoherent.
Right.
Losing my
Have you, Vic? Can you attest to that? Okay.
No, I have not.
Okay.
And as long as you know me, you know. And we've gotten it in. Man, I remember one day we was up here watching the football game.
We got it in.
A half a gallon. Like what?
Right.
Like we look like, oh shoot.
Speaking of that, shout out to Young Valley. Young Valley actually, I went to go get some wings a couple weeks ago. He was like, we need to come up here and just bring the wings. We come up here, watch the game on Thursday night or something like that.
Yeah.
So we gonna do that soon.
Shout out, man, Young Valley, man. Yeah. Young Valley stay posting the reels too, man.
He do.
He stays post. So shout out to Young Valley, man. Valley's always posting the reels. He's posting when he was on the show. He's added some new subscribers to us because when he posts, people try to see where it's at. He always tags us and tags the
We
pod.
up on 60K.
So yeah,
on that reel, on the reel when he was here on the last show.
Yeah. So I mean, shout out to Young Valley, man.
Shout out to my guys.
Choosing You challenge was tearing it up this summer.
Choosing You, and we're gonna be on that when his album come out. We probably do another rollout, probably do another episode, probably with him more than likely. But let's go to this next one here, man. The one thing everybody's talking about, the Boston head coach, well, former head coach at this point, Ime Udoka.
My man.
Get a year suspension and fine for having a consensual relationship with the Celtic female staffer. Now, when it first came out, now I don't know if I'm privy to a couple of the details behind it.
Okay.
Because at first it was like it's consensual relationship.
Right.
Even knowing some of the details behind it, he was wrong. Now, but the fact to me that the female staffer has not been publicly named, but she has been publicly, scathed from it. They said she's not going to get punished. Right. She's going to keep her job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I put it out there. I'm sure the stuff is going to be out, but
so like what information? Because I saw something that Matt Barnes did an interview, and he made a post, and then he said somebody called him and gave him some more information, so he took his stuff down, and he said when he found out what it was or who it was, rather.
Yeah.
So when he said who it was, the only thing I could think of that would make you change like that, if it was supposedly consensual, then it must have been somebody that, like, you friends with this person, you know what I'm saying? Like that, your homeboy's wife or something like that, you know what I'm saying? And so he's like, and of course, that touched a nerve with him because, Derek Fisher was his homeboy. And then, so obviously you ain't cool with somebody you supposed to be boys and that you messing with.
Let me tell you what I heard. This is what I heard. Okay. This is allegedly. I'm not even going to say
so
this.
It's just alleged.
Allegedly. I don't want to say, but I would say more than alleged, but alleged. Okay. Just for legal purposes, you know what I'm saying? Because people
can neither confirm.
People
nor deny.
looking at our stuff and
so
suing
at this
and
point
doing
we
stuff
can neither
now,
confirm nor deny.
Yeah. So
right.
I heard it was a Celtic VP of basketball operations, his wife, that he was trying to get with. Now he heard what happened between them on a doorbell camera / audio. When she was I think at the doorbell talking to him, and she found out, and he did, because he worked for some investigation company, right? So he put that investigation company on the situation to find out who she actually talking to, and they end up saying that it was Udoka. And even after, now this is the kicker, that when they found out that it was him, he was basically like, so, bruh, let's keep going. She was trying to be like, hey, all right, we got caught, let's kind of simmer down, da 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 da. He was like, nah, I still want that life. You know what I'm saying? I want that. You know what I'm saying? So as it kept going, I think that's, kind of how the situation goes. So she's the wife of the VP of operations of the Celtics, and she works basically as she books travel. She does travel because there was stuff out there. She booked Nia Long's travel to get to there because she was about to move to Boston.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she books the travel. So she in constant contact with Nia Long. You know what I'm saying? Basically knowing when she gonna be in town, when she gonna be out of town, so they can conspire their
scandalous.
their
Nate Dogg voice.
Their hook. You think she knew? Yeah, I wouldn't put it past either. And
that was my thing. I feel like at a certain level, which is why probably we haven't heard her reactions.
Yeah.
Like, because
she might come out and say she didn't,
right, but it's a deal of
just a PR
now
move.
it's just
That'll be PR move.
The embarrassment of being caught or whatever. But
yeah,
and I'm not trying to be funny, but I've said this before. Like, when is the last time Nia Long headlined a movie?
Netflix.
I mean, been at the top, like starring, because like we've seen like Woman King, Viola Davis.
Honestly,
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Has she ever headlined something? Has she
Fences,
ever? Really? No, I'm thinking
Denzel,
I don't think she ever headlined. Now she was always the beautiful black girl in a movie.
Yeah,
but she ain't never been like Angela Bassett.
Taraji's headlined more movies than Nia Long.
No lie, yeah.
Queen Latifah's headlined more movies than Nia Long. And Nia Long, I would dare say most people would say Nia Long is more attractive, appealing eye-wise than she's probably been acting as long as Regina King. I mean, Regina Hall, I'm sorry.
Regina Hall, yeah.
But Regina Hall has headlined more movies than she has.
When you said that, I was thinking, like, when?
Because she just was in that Honk for Jesus. Like, she headlined that movie. Yeah. Her and Sterling K. Brown.
Who you talking about?
Regina Hall.
Okay.
The one that was in Why Did I Get Married and the scary movies. And
look, I'm looking. I'm like, I don't know.
The Best Man.
I don't know if Nia Long has ever headlined a movie.
She's always been a person in the movie, even in Big Mama's house.
A good interest.
She wasn't even. Her name wasn't even on the poster of Big Mama's house. It was Martin Lawrence, Big Mama's house.
True.
In the third one, it was Martin Lawrence, Brandon T. Jackson.
Yeah. Look, now I'm
not saying she can act to me.
She can.
But I'm just saying. So
I've never thought about that.
This man been making $1 million when he was Pop's assistant.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like, so she knows.
Yeah,
she knows.
I'm looking at her filmography. Buried Alive, Boys in the Hood, Made in America, Friday.
Oh, you know what?
Love
but no,
Jones.
Made in America was Whoopi Goldberg and Ted Danson.
Right, he was just
yeah, and Will Smith was in it. Right.
Even the headline.
Yeah, no, he wasn't, and because he was still on Fresh Prince then.
He was trying though.
Have Plenty, Soul Food, Butter.
I give her soul.
She didn't, but no,
but she wasn't a headline though.
It was Vivica. It was Vanessa Williams.
It
was Vivica. It was Vanessa Williams.
She was in there, but
it was I mean, She Slick was on the Mekhi Phifer in that joint.
Wow.
Yeah.
You ain't giving a nut. Okay.
I'm just saying. If she would have been and set it off, maybe.
Best Man, maybe. Cause she was a high tier. She wasn't the main character though, but she was like a main part of the story though. You know what I mean?
She was in what was it
about? Me though, really the Best Man was more so about. Because the headline, you probably could say Taye Diggs, Morris Chestnut, Terrence Howard, then Nia Long.
Are we there yet? Are we done yet? with Ice Cube.
No, she was in it on 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's an Ice Cube
She
movie.
just
Really.
drop her kids off with Ice Cube and then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, she was the main gal in there. But,
are we there yet? It's basically
it's just him and the kids though.
That's another. That's a multiverse universe of what happened if Craig and Debbie got together in Friday.
Yeah, I'm looking at her stuff. She's never headlined anything that I've seen.
So I mean, like, this is my thing. I'm all for inappropriate workplace relations.
You cannot be serious.
I've said this before on the podcast, and I've had this was another reason why I was getting roasted the other day while I was telling y'all, but because we was talking about this, and I said I'm the wrong person to have an opinion because most of the relationships I've had, I cheated on my significant other. Now, caveat: if the relationship if I saw it was serious, that's different. But if we just kind of going together, like, I wasn't a serious, like, I just got to be. But if I'm out and something go down, I got an opportunity, I'm not passing the opportunity up. Yeah. And I let whoever the other person was know, hey, I got a situation, I got a woman, I'm not finna mess that up. If you not down with that, you didn't know me before now, you ain't got to know me now. But if you down, this is all it's gonna be. That's what it is. But this wasn't a text message situation, but supposedly this leaked because a Boston player, had said something and it was heard, and then it started to get out. And then so now they had to get in front of it. And initially I thought it was because they were talking about some text messages. You already know what I was finna say. Them text messages and got somebody ass again, but it wasn't a text message.
Yeah. But the other thing too, it's so many layers to this because the woman he cheated on was white. Nia Long is black. And so,
Have you ever been with a white girl, JB?
Now, define with.
I mean, have you ever been down with the swirl?
I have.
I
played tennis.
Okay, I was gonna say, so you done stuck the chocolate in the peanut butter. So, Crown, we already know where you went to high school at. Have you ever messed with...
Where you go to high school, Vic? Where you go to... Bolton.
Yeah,
okay,
Bolton. Okay, so you messed with somebody who had the complexion for the protection for the collection. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have as well. I like women.
True.
Now I prefer black women, but it's just like ice cream. Like, who doesn't like ice cream?
Right.
Everybody got their favorite.
Different flavors.
You see what I'm saying? But now, if whatever your favorite is, if somebody got some cookies and cream, you might, you know what I'm saying?
Give me the cookie and cream.
If you like chocolate, you know what I'm saying, but they got some butter pecan, you might. If you getting the floats, the root beer floats, you're not like, it gotta be vanilla, it gotta be no, you just want whatever ice cream come in it.
You'll partake into the drink.
So if your options are playing with yourself or be with a white woman, most people gonna be with a white woman. Or if you white, your option playing with yourself, be with a black, you'll be with a black woman.
Right.
Pretty is pretty. Who thinks J-Lo is not attractive?
Haters. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the girl Megan Fox that played in Transformers? Megan Fox is bad. Like, hey, Megan Fox, hey. And I, just like I got I got my list that Kelly Rowland and Carrie Hilson and Megan Good and Chloe Bailey sit at the top of, but like, I ain't gonna lie, Megan Fox.
You ain't got Angela Simmons up there, man?
She's attractive.
Yeah.
She's attractive. But that's yours, though. I can't have them all.
What about Lotto? Lotto, the rapper.
Lotto.
You know Lotto, the rapper, no?
Oh, yeah, because she changed.
She was on JD's show.
Yeah. And I
forgot what it's called.
I know you're talking about. Because you said, I'm like, it was because it was, yeah.
She nice.
Right. I know you're talking about.
She nice. She nice. All right, let's go to the next one here, man.
Because you got another one, but it relates to this topic. So let's get on that. Our girl trying to go off on our guy's show with the wrong type of energy.
Yeah, now she deserves an award. I'm not sure exactly which one that is. But
I feel like she can get the When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong award.
That one, yeah.
I feel like she can get the Whatever Nigga award.
That too.
Because Steven basically gave her the Whatever Nigga award.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was like, I listen to you talk,
not right here.
But you not finna come on my show.
Not on this. Not on this. Now,
Blasphemous.
we're talking about Malika Andrews, ESPN NBA Today host, analyst, journalist. I think that's all that she is at this point right now. But she went on First Take probably about almost a week ago at this point, at the time of this recording, and she came on there on 10, basically getting on Stephen A, telling him that when I listened to it at first, because I listened to Stephen A's point of view of it the day before. And so when I'm like, when did he say this?
Right.
Basically twisting his words and, doing all this. She was like, no, we're not. This is what we're not going to do is stop it. She said, stop it. Stop it. Just like your mama do. You know what I'm saying? She sounded like somebody's mama on there.
The Dr. Evil.
Zip it. Yeah, zip it. Stop it. Like she did that. And I was like, dang, I was wondering. Because, Stephen A got in trouble before for raising his voice at a woman on First Take before and got suspended and all this stuff because, all this stuff like that. So I was like, dang, he gonna take it? You know what I'm saying? But Stephen A came back like professional / like, you know what I'm saying? He came back like what's the dude on the Avengers? Snap his fingers.
Oh, Thanos.
Like he did the Thanos.
Yeah, he came back as like he was inevitable.
He snapped on her, and I was like,
but it was respectful though.
It was.
He was stern. He was firm, but he wasn't overly. He didn't overdo it. It wasn't overly aggressive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he let you know he meant business.
Can we give Stephen A a salute?
Man,
on that. Salute to Stephen A on that because he was. We don't agree with him on certain things. You know what I'm saying?
But I do. One thing that I'm always like, do you believe really what you're saying?
Yeah.
Is it just you're repeating what you heard, or you butt hurt you in your feelings? So now you're speaking from an emotional standpoint,
right?
But he generally stands behind everything he says.
Yeah, he do.
And he can go 7 levels on why.
Yeah.
Even if it may be flawed, he can tell you, bam, 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 this is why I feel the way I feel. He like he got Steven's A-list, he does that. So, and even, I was going to say, so check this out, because you're a parent, and I know you can identify this, Vic, you as well. So, like, let's say you get a phone call from your kid's school, and they say, Young Z and another student was fighting. Your first question, Crown, probably, you may not ask if she won or not, but when they say your child, they say her name and another student, you or Jay, what's the first thing y'all gonna ask? No, okay, what happened? But then, what else? Huh? Okay, but in terms of her and the other student, what are you gonna ask?
What's that do to her?
Okay.
Look, I ain't gonna.
Are you with me? You know where I'm going with that?
I know where you're going, but
so what would you do?
First thing I would ask is she okay?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But
second thing I would ask is, did she handle her business?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then the third thing would be what like
the other child do to
right.
Okay, but if they just said another student. Focus on another student. They say your child's name and another student. They don't say another student. Who is it? Who
did it? Who did it? Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. Okay.
If somebody went back when you was growing up and they say, "Oh, Vic got the fighting," your first thing your mom gonna say is, "With who?"
Yeah.
Right.
With the owl. Who? Like,
but it's like more likely we won't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
like
what I'm saying is, but what I'm saying is, we probably never were in situations where they didn't say who the other person was.
Yeah.
We're grown now. If we all rob a bank, they're not gonna say, and they got all our pictures. They're not gonna say Roche and 2 other niggas. They're gonna say Roche, JB, Crown Vic. Right. It's not going to be Roche and 2 other guys. We're going to protect their identities because even though they willfully, even though Roche just drove the car and the other dude had the gun and he had the bombs, you know, we're going to protect them, you know, because we don't want. Who's the victim?
Right.
And we agreed to, so we made a transaction.
Right. Yeah.
So don't get me wrong. Like now, if it had been like a unconsensual thing, I get that. If it had been a sexual assault thing, I get that.
Right. But
you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you don't want that to happen. But now you got two people who work for the same company who did the same thing, and they conspired. I mean, like even these folks, these rappers right now, they're on trial right now for conspiracy. And they ain't not naming nobody.
Right.
They naming everybody. Anybody who's if you deliver them a pizza, you on trial too.
Right.
They got all them niggas in
because every name that you name, that's 5 years off your sentence, pretty much.
Right.
Pretty much.
But what I'm saying is like the feds are. Oh no, I think Vic used to be with y'all too, and I think JB was with y'all. Like they're finding people who was with them.
Mm-hmm.
So now we know it's two people, but you're only talking about. And it amazes me.
The Andrews chick, that's what she was upset about?
No, Andrews was upset that Stephen A was saying that they needed to name the woman.
She didn't want Stephen A to name or put any woman into the equation.
Why?
Because it's about him. The only thing that came out was about him, and so Stephen A was alluding to like, well, what's going on with the woman? Why don't we know her name? Why don't we know her information?
Right.
Which is fair, which is reasonable to ask.
And she was upset?
She was upset about that because Stephen A was alluding to that, and she was basically like, no, stop it. Stop it, Stephen A. This is not about, putting a woman, whatever in it. And so that's when she got upset, which was a clown move by her. That's why I was like...
She retarded.
She retarded, bro. She a clown, dog. She's straight... Like,
defines that,
bro.
Yeah.
Oh man! I'm sorry, I didn't know her name, y'all. I'm sorry.
No,
she
got a sister. She got a sister that worked with the Warriors.
Oh,
a little sister. She looked better actually. But
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Malika Andrews.
She cute.
Not from
she
her
cute.
Political
cute.
stances, but. She could sit up in the upper room with me.
She got that upset because he
wanted the woman name.
Because he inquired like just like anybody, like, okay, we know the name of him. His job is gone. So it's like, why don't we know this other person? Because it's clear that they're trying, and even the Boston head coach, well, not the head coach, but the owner and the GM, Brad Stevens, was at the press conference, and they basically said, they asked him, will the woman have any type of consequences? They were like, no, she's gonna keep her job. And so it's like, okay, you know what I mean? So it's like, it seems like an agenda, because if you mess up this man's career, this is his first head coaching gig, right?
Mm-hmm.
He went to the finals the first year.
Mm-hmm.
You're embarrassing him. To me, you're dragging him because you're not even firing him. You're suspending him for a year.
And you basically, know who they stopped talking about though after they brought him up?
Sauber.
Oh, right.
Which goes into the
owner
next
of the Phoenix Suns, who
has
years of sexual misconduct and inappropriate sexual harassment, of racist comments, of treating staff horrible, of making racist jokes.
And I had a theory about that. I'm like,
getting this Joe Rogan on and saying the N-word hundreds of times, like.
What if him and the Celtics owner were friends?
His friend, his homie.
And so when that junk leaked, it basically took him out the news and put another black colored dude into the forefront. Because we're not talking about that. We're not talking about Brett Favre. We're not talking about
complexion,
Sarver.
For the protection, for the collection.
You know what I mean?
Rest in peace to the late great Paul Mooney. They got the complexion for the protection, for the collection.
Exactly. So
he got fired because he what?
Because he had sex with somebody.
Because he wasn't married, he was still got fired.
Supposedly because he's not married.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Him and Nia Long are not married.
What's the rule though?
Now
supposedly they're not supposed to mess with what if you work there. You're not supposed to fraternize.
I'm in with corporate America, so we go through this training every year, and they got the rules talking about what they call it, maybe fraternizing or. Getting into, you can't, if I'm on a contract, we're working on this $1 million contract with this, but my wife is working on a competing contract with another company, I can't fraternize with her talking about business or doing anything like that. And so I think they're doing with this. I think the policy that they're talking about is, to me, it's like an unwritten rule. It's not really in there.
BS, man.
Yeah, because personally, I know people that I work with
I was gonna
that
say,
are
do
working,
you
that
know,
are
let's
married.
let's not put nobody on Front Street. Let's not like in Memphis. Let's not cross Main and put nobody on Front Street. But have you, in all of your years, because I know you've been out there at least since what, 07? 08?
8. Yep.
So you got a good 14-year run.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got a high schooler in terms of how long you've been working there.
Right. Yep.
Have you ever known anybody, retired, passed away, whatever, that worked there that was fraternizing with somebody there? Exactly.
Yes.
When you was, we ain't gonna talk about where you work at, but exactly.
It's real though.
Exactly.
It's real though.
I can tell you right now, when I worked at the post, they don't encourage it, but I can tell you now, we knew who was fucking, like, and I can't say it wasn't some times that I got in on the action. When I was teaching, we were strongly, we had in-service meetings about not fraternizing with the staff, not fraternizing with the parents or with the relatives of the parents. And I can tell you beyond the shadow of a doubt, I won't speak on nobody else, but I was the worst one. Yeah. And I can say that now because I have not been teaching for almost 4 years. But I was the worst one. But I followed my rules. Yeah. The only reason people know it now because I'm snitching on myself. Yeah. My brother used to call me Batman because he said nobody knew, like, you looked at me and thought of me as just Bruce Wayne and you didn't know I'm a whole superhero over here. It went down and it wasn't just me. Now I can't speak on nobody else, but I can speak on me. But it goes that when I worked at FedEx, that's why you was out there, what they call it, Club Fed. Freaky Freddy's. Like they used to call Fed, like, man. Like we used to get it in at Fed and we used to get it in at the hub.
Bro. Contract?
No, and at Fed, like if you was a manager at Fed, you couldn't mess with nobody. But we knew managers that would get it in at their office. Yeah. We knew managers that, like, them baggage carts. So it was a baggage cart lot where they would it would be chicks in the baggage carts and you could go. Yep. They had like a whole prostitution ring out there.
If he said proof.
Right.
Then I'm saying I don't understand how you can get fired for that. That's
like to me it was because the higher up, because he's the VP of the operations in Boston.
No, it wasn't. Matter of fact, no. Right. Matter of fact, that was what got him in trouble. That was the proof. The proof.
Exactly. That was my thing too.
No. The proof was the text messages. Yeah, I knew it was something about the text messages. It wasn't. That wasn't how they got caught. But when it was like, okay, we need to chill out. Right. He was texting.
For that. Okay,
what I'm saying.
That's the only reason why it was confirmed, because he got caught. And I told y'all, stop them text messages.
It's
get
hard,
you every time, man.
It's hard.
Rule number 1 of the 10 crack commandments: you never let nobody know what you holding.
It's so easy, but when I said in the story to where when she did get caught, it was on a doorbell audio. I got one outside. I can hear audio. You can see outside.
But I want to say it was just her on the audio, right?
It was just her, but he was listening to something.
No. What I'm saying is she was talking to him on the phone, but it was just her on the audio. It wasn't him on the audio.
Yeah. It was just
he was just
her
trying to find out who she was talking to.
He didn't know at that time who it was.
Know who she was talking.
So he hired an investigation team to find out who that was on the phone, and found out that it was him.
Wait. The Malika chick mad at the guy?
She was mad at Stephen A because he wanted to know, because Stephen A kept saying, who is this woman?
Saying her overall thing is...
That's what it sounded like, that she was mad at him. She just wanted the attention to be on him.
On Ime Udoka.
And that's it. She didn't want to mention or bring up the other woman that was a part of it. She wanted to be like, the reporters about him, lead the spotlight on him. Nobody said nobody about the girl. Nobody knows her name. Let's just stay on him.
And my thing is, if that's the case, well, if he didn't cheat with nobody, if he didn't have sex with nobody, then what are we even talking about? Why is he suspended?
Exactly.
He didn't do nothing with nobody.
Right.
If he was cheating with the invisible woman, then let her ass stay invisible. and he keep his job.
Right. So that was my thing on that. Let's move on here. Let's try to move on here now. I think we kind of touched on the Brett Favre thing already.
Did you want to go on to Robert Sarver first or Brett Favre?
Let's go.
Because we touched Sarver.
We did Sarver a little bit.
Okay, a little bit.
Sarver, he's actually the one that got suspended from the owner.
Now he's got to sell the team,
right?
Or he's going to sell the Mercury.
He's about to sell the Phoenix Suns because of his racial comments and the Mercury. Okay,
yeah, because he owns the Suns.
Okay, got both of them. And the action that he was in the process of
those teams
of selling the team, and so, for me, like I got different views a little bit on this. He said nigga a lot of times, basically.
A lot of times.
Like they did an investigation. They said
because I say nigga 100 times a day.
Now one context they said he was repeating back what somebody else said. There was one of them. The other one was like he said it. He just said it just like in the conversation.
To who?
I don't remember. I don't know. But
I mean, you know what? Gary Owen made a joke a long time ago in one of his stand-ups, and he was like, and Gary Owen has always been invited to the barbecue.
Somebody was recording the conversation?
No, it wasn't recorded. Like they don't have evidence. They just somebody heard it.
I thought they recorded it. I thought it was a
I thought they said
I thought they did an investigation.
It wasn't audio. They were present. And they addressed him about it. And in his he justified why he said
it. Okay.
But it wasn't like somebody because the recorded, that means somebody sitting there like you got to know he finna drop it. You know what I'm saying? But like it was a thing of like we all sitting here talking. I'm saying something to you, and then Vic come and say, "Hey Shay, that wasn't cool what you just said."
Because they said he said it 5 times.
I mean,
in the investigation,
somebody went and said something to somebody about him saying
if you mean to tell me
the team,
if it's a white dude that said nigga 5 times, that got caught saying it 5 times, and that's it, like I feel like he deserves an award. Because I feel like even if you ain't saying it, you thinking nigga sometimes.
Right. My thing with this, when I look at this, do I think, to me, I think if you look at any of the owners in the NBA, even Mark Cuban, I'm sure he done said nigga once or twice or more than that. And he the one that looked like he down with us the most.
Nah, I called Mark Cuban one time and he was like, Shay, what's up, my nigga? And I was like, Mark, you can't say that. He was like, my bad, you right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just playing, I don't know Mark Cuban. But if I did, I feel like
it's like, to me, you set this precedence to where now you just like, to me, you saying nigga, I get this a bad look, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't be an owner. But like the company I work for, you don't think?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. You don't think the United States government has said nigga
so
before?
It's like, am I really gonna
somewhere.
take this to this level? Like, I think it's popular. I think everybody. LeBron James went over the hill on a tweet talking about, we can't stand this type of behavior in our league and something. Like, I hear you, but it's like
I don't hear him.
I mean, I hear him literally.
I can't rock with him.
But I'm like, why is it such a nigga? The conversation we have, we belittle white people sometimes.
We belittle everybody.
Call cracker, whatever, like, but that's what it is.
Y'all just said Malika Andrews is retarded.
Come on,
and so
dog.
Like that's one of those, you're gonna get canceled. Because context doesn't mean anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like in context, y'all were not belittling somebody who has mental disabilities. If you look up in the dictionary, what certain words mean, and that's why I said right now, I'm not even using any words made up after 1972. So like when people be talking about all these new terms and everything like that, nope, I'm not listening to nobody saying somebody is a narcissist if you can't spell it, because that's a new thing. Everybody, narcissist. If you start talking about somebody being toxic, I'm leaving. I'm walking away because everybody talking about somebody toxic now.
Yeah.
It's no context and stuff anymore. Just like how you said we do stuff, man. Come on, man. Like, and I'm not even like Todd, our guy Todd King.
Yeah.
Now he never actually said he said it, but he grew up in a house where he was hearing it
all the time.
And so if he said that, when he was younger, smaller, he repeated it or said, I'm not gonna be mad at him for something he said when he was 5.
Right.
If he said it when he was 15, that ain't him now.
Right.
And I look at that man's life. My guy who, you know what I'm saying, not only married to a black woman, got black kids, but you know what I'm saying, like does not try to culturally appropriate. Look at that man's Facebook page and see how many people have deleted him or blocked him because when we face injustice, he speak loud on it.
He do.
I look at that man's character. So if he said nigga when he was, man, fuck, I'm not studying that, man. Like, what? So?
Right. And it's to that degree to where, with Vic, what you were saying, like, he basically is being forced to sell the team because NBA players been putting pressure on him. Actually, Draymond on this podcast was like, the owners need to be put to a vote, and we need to see who votes what they think about this. And so they didn't want it to come to that point. This is what I think. They didn't want it to come to that point. So they basically like, look, bro, like, to keep everything kind of in house, you just sell the team. You know, you'll end up in the green. You know, whatever. He probably settled for a couple billion. You know what I mean? But to me, I don't.
You know what? That's why I respect the Washington Redskins owner.
Yeah.
That's another thing. The NBA players
Cause he does,
bruh, they be going in to the degree
about the wrong things.
The whole woke thing, like when LeBron went in on this, I'm like, how many times has him and his partner went in talking about white people, slavery, where they treat us like this and they do stuff like this, they crack us, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But it's like to me, like I want to keep it a buck. Like if all a white person got to say is nigga, then lose their whole business. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already get, I'm just like, come on, bro. I get it. It's not PC to say.
If you yell nigga while you choking me, send his ass to jail. If you yell nigga while you shooting me, kill his ass. If you're in the back room with your homeboys and be like, man, these niggas out here crazy, I don't give a fuck. Do you know what we say when y'all not around?
Right.
We say the same.
Because it was other stuff. He had indecent exposure. He put his stuff out in front of people.
Asian
and stuff
people
like
say
that,
nigga when we ain't around? You don't think Hispanic people say what they call us? Do you know Hispanic people got something they call us? What Italian people call us moolies? Moolion.
Yeah. So it's, yeah.
Come on, man. I'm not. We got too many more problems going on in the world.
We're going to make this one quick here with Brett Favre, because I don't think it would be right for us not to say anything about it. But Brett Favre was using state welfare funds from the Mississippi state government to build new athletic facilities for the University of Southern Mississippi, specifically for his daughter, which was there at the time for the volleyball. I think he was trying to build a volleyball facility. For me, I want to talk about this because I think people, to a degree, have blown it out of proportion. I would say this, because like if it was Deshaun Watson or if it was Mike Vick, when he was into the dog fights, they'll be talking about him more, which is true. But the difference is Brett Favre is retired. Brett Favre is not in the public eye. He's not broadcasting anywhere. He's not coaching anywhere to where it's news on a sports station. Like, I think this stuff needs to be a Dateline story.
Right.
This needs to be a Netflix story. This needs to be on CNN. This don't need to be talked
Fox
about
News,
on First Take like every day. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, he deserves to be in jail. He deserves, because I think recently they came out with text messages that he was trying to get more money from the welfare funds to do other stuff.
And we just said it, though. No.
I mean,
he
at least
got
not
the
yet.
complexion for the protection, for the collection. You know what?
Time.
Hey, we need to get some of those shirts, too, though, by the way. They're selling them.
What's that?
The complexion for the protection.
They do?
Yeah. They
Shoot
the
me
Power
the link.
Mooney, we need to get some.
It's like a group of people in on this.
Yeah.
Nigga, a lot of them.
A lot of people.
Influential people in Mississippi that like was doing this shit. Oh, snap. So Brett Favre, this is what I have for you. It's a whole bottle of nothing. That's what you get from me. Because that's what I think about you. You know what I'm saying? I think about you as much as I think about this empty bottle of Crown. Not Crown, my guy Crown, but this good Crown over here. Because I feel like, you know, if he was to apologize about something, like, I feel like it'd be disingenuous because It's like that. Oh, have your parents ever said something to you? Are you sorry because you're really sorry? Or are you sorry because you got caught?
Yeah.
I feel like if he was sorry, it would be because he got caught. Like he never apologized legitimately for that whole weird text message foot fetish thing. Again, them text messages getting a nigga in trouble.
Yeah.
Texting that the trainer from the Jets.
Yeah.
And everything like that. But like, dude, been shady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all that drama he did, harassing Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna like, dude, been foul.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised. Like, that's what they do.
But
they do that all the time.
That's my thing. Like, what
and
else?
See, that's another instance of us talking about white people. That's why I can't hate on Robert Sarver.
What else can you say about it? Like, people are up in arms. Like, oh, why are they talking about the Boston Celtic coach getting suspended? And they're talking about Brett Favre. Like, Brett Favre is not relevant now. Brett Favre is not
that nigga ain't
a current player.
And his crime is difficult to understand.
Exactly.
Right.
Like I said, this belongs on a Dateline episode,
right.
or CNN or something, or CBS. Like,
Brett Favre ain't thrown a touchdown in 10 years.
Would you expect people to talk about it on a sports station about it? Which they still addressed it. But let's go to this next one here. Now, this is interesting. Anybody seen the Woman King movie?
I haven't.
You seen the Woman King?
I plan on it.
Hey, I haven't seen it
not
yet.
because I'm just so black excellence, yes, queen. Like, no, I'm straight.
Now,
it's so weird to me. Like,
I haven't seen it, but I don't know if y'all seen my post. I made a post.
Yeah, no, I saw that. That's what made me
What?
include it on the thing.
It was a lot.
And I was, and I did read your comments.
You did.
I didn't comment, but I read them.
You say?
Now I put out. This was actually belonging to Malika Andrews. I said Malika Andrews had the Woman King energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then I shared a post that somebody else said was talking about the Woman King movie, and she basically was like, she's not going to support or see the movie because she thinks it's basically sending the wrong message. Women are supposed to be helpers; they're not supposed to be like men. Da 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 da. And so it was basically about Malika Andrews, but clearly when I shared that, I wanted to smoke.
Oh yeah, no, you got a lot of comments.
I got a lot of smoke.
Whap! Like,
yeah,
man.
I got a lot of smoke. So, but to me, what my point is, I can't speak on the movie because I haven't seen the movie.
Right.
So I can't say this is what it was. Like, this is an actual true story, the movie. I got that. I looked that up. But my thing is, we're into making content. I get that. So making a title to grab people to watch the content, I get that. But to me, it's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Woman King.
Yeah.
So you're basically hitting people that are in the Me Too movement or whatever, to where you're basically saying a woman can be what a man is too. And I had this conversation with my wife too. We were coming back and forth. She said, when I think of king, I think of a ruler. I don't think of gender. I was like, whoa. Because I told you, got to be careful with that, because that's the same argument that they use with the whole gender thing. Right. As far as being a man with a man, a woman with a woman.
Saying. So I feel like if that's the way we feel, we owe Rachel Dolezal an apology. Because she wanted to be black. She was the white chick.
Yeah, you talking about, okay. Yeah,
she identified, right, but she identified as being black. She felt black, so she should be black.
Right. Yeah. She wasn't.
You see what I'm saying? And so everybody was up in arms like, oh, that's cultural appropriation. How can you say you black? So, but then when Bruce Jenner, or my bad, Caitlyn says, I want to be a woman, everybody's like, one woman of the year over actual women.
Yeah.
It is.
Who have children.
Yep.
Who have overcome actual obstacles.
Yep.
You having balls got you on a Wheaties box in the 70s. And now you woman of the year just because, you're so courageous, you're a hero because you want to wear a dress and say you're free. No. You see what I'm saying? But so like, I was reading your comments. Mm-hmm. My thing is so now the world is in a position because they tried this before. Mm-hmm. But you got to remember, go back. It's 2 movies that came out. I want to say maybe 14 or 15. One of them starred Gabrielle Union. The other one, I believe, was Taraji. Mm-hmm. Both of them had similar plots. The Taraji movie.
You're not talking about Acrimony, are you?
No.
Okay.
But they were both. One movie starred Taraji, another one starred Gabrielle Union. Mm-hmm. The Gabrielle Union movie, I think, like her dad was in with some organized crime people or something like that.
I know what you're talking about.
And they killed her dad, and she went back to the house to get his stuff or something like that.
Right.
And so she had to hold it down and save the kids and everything. And then when her husband came, he immediately gets his ass knocked out.
Yeah, I remember.
You know what I'm saying?
The name of the movie. I know
and
what you're talking about,
didn't really do that hot in the box office. But
Yeah.
that agenda was being pushed.
Right.
Message.
Your husband weak as hell. You up here, black man ain't shit.
Right.
Kids looking at mama. The Taraji movie, same thing. It wasn't a daddy thing. It was like, I don't know if it was a stalker. Like, it was something weird like that, but same concept of we're trapped in this house. Somebody's trying to get us, and I got to protect my kids and save the kids. And again, whack-ass, weak-ass husband ain't shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What's that movie? Jordan Peele movie. Us.
Which one? Us. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the mama is this badass. Your husband. Like, this is M'Baku from Black Panther.
Yeah.
Ain't shit in Us.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking to see what your wife is going to do. Now, all of us in here, strong black men, you ain't going to sit up here and let your wife.
Mm-hmm.
If we all got daughters. Mm-hmm. If you with a nigga and he standing behind you, ooh, Z, what we going to do? If some dude is like, ooh, Charity, what we gonna do? If some dude, ooh, Abby, what we gonna do? You gonna say, man, hey,
he gotta go.
I don't hear you cuss too much. You be like, baby, leave that motherfucker alone.
He gotta go. See, and that's what I'm saying. And people ask me sometimes, when JB cuss, I don't cuss as much because when I do cuss, you gotta know I mean that. You know what I'm saying? So when I do it, when you hear me cuss, you like, dang, okay, JB for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, dang, like, you know what I mean? So I'm not perfect, but when I do, you gonna know I mean that.
So what was folks saying? Ain't no comment.
Now in the a lot.
It's just a movie. Ain't nobody on it. Oh, and Steven Universe is just a cartoon.
One of my homegirls.
They're not trying to push this agenda where every female character on there is in love with another female character. You can't tell me they're not. Even people that I know that are in the LGBTQ community have said it seems like they're pushing an agenda with Steven Universe. So you can't watch all of these movies and see that it's like, okay, where's the and I'm just saying,
right.
Where like, cause so that only happens in our culture. Where's the white movie like that? And why they so quick to green light when we do it? Where's the Hispanic movie where Jennifer Lopez is? You know what I'm saying? And
Uma Thurman was kicking ass.
Uma Thurman
and Kill Bill. Yeah, no, she.
Oh
was.
Yeah.
But it wasn't saying that men wasn't shit either though, because Bill sat at the top of the motherfucking pyramid.
Yeah. Yep. Now, one of the comments I had she was like, well, women need to be alpha, you know what I'm saying, in certain roles or something. And I was like, okay, yeah, if you're single or something like that, sure. And she was like, nah, like, just period, because you know certain men, whatever, don't handle business, whatever, whatnot, whatever. So it was a lot of little comments on there, but that was my thing. I can't speak on the movie, but when you name something, and I actually asked somebody, it was actually one of the comments I asked. So he's seen the movie, and I actually said, "Be real, like how much of the movie is based off the actual title of the movie?" He was like, maybe 2%. Maybe 2% of it. So that was my point. I was like, the movie is called what it is to trigger, you know what I'm saying, the culture that we're living in now as far as masculating women, putting women in the forefront, making women leaders and stuff like that. Not saying that's what the movie was about or what's, you know what I'm saying, it's not a good movie, but
man, we had this conversation a long time ago. The whole reason that the serpent was able to trick Eve, how did he play her? You'll be able to have something that Adam don't have.
You can be on top.
You were created to be an equal partner with him.
Yeah.
But the serpent was like, you get to be ahead of him.
Yeah.
Because you be just like
God. You got more
You'll
wisdom
be
than
able
he
to
got.
do something. That's
Yep.
why he stepped her, because Adam knew better. I'm
Yep.
gonna step to you because you want to have.
Yep.
And then what did God say? Because you wanted to be in front. You was standing right next to him because you wanted to be in front. I'm gonna put you behind him now.
Message.
All right, we got less than 10 minutes here left. Let me get. We're gonna make a couple of these right here quiz. All right,
Let's quiz, all right.
Let's
so
go
we
ahead.
we smashing the pass, and that way we gonna stick on it.
We smashing. Okay. Serena and Federer retired.
Are you smashing or passing?
I'm smashing.
Okay, they gotta get it. Go on, give them 2 pumps in the swivel. What you got
smashing.
for them?
Serena should have been retired. I hate seeing Serena.
No.
The last couple years has been real shade. I don't like, just like when Jordan in the Wizards in the Wizard days, like that was Serena. I'm used to her getting deep into the slams and winning. I don't want to see her kind of bowing out early. Federer, I love Federer, but I'm a Nadal guy. I think Nadal is the GOAT simply because this is an individual sport. And so if you have a head-to-head winning record against somebody in your same era, that's, you know what I'm saying? This is not like Michael versus LeBron. This is somebody in your era that you've been playing head-to-head, and you have a 6-7 match lead on them. I got to give you the nod. So I'm smashing on that, man. What you got?
I'm gonna smash her, but I'm gonna say I disagree with you. I don't think that she should have retired, but I will say this: I think that she wasn't as effective because now she's become so much bigger than the sport, and so when your focus is not, I think the reason she wasn't playing at that level is because her focus was on her business ventures, her brand. You know, her sister, like Venus, has she actually. I forget what it's called, but she designed Tavis Smiley's set when he had the TV show, the last one he had. Like that's what, like, Venus does. She partners with her sister on that. You know, like she's in, like, I think makeup or whatever. She's got a lot of other business ventures. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're devoted, you're stretching yourself thin. You don't have time to like, oh, you wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym. Like, she ain't shooting in the gym like she was. You know, being a mother, that's not an easy thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So to still be at a great level, even though, like, to your point, she wasn't going as far as she could have went. I mean, it says something about that. And again, as far as Federer goes, you know, like Nadal, hey, he do got the head-to-head matchups, but, like, that's the end of an era. You know what I'm saying?
He's the MJ
and they are
of the tennis.
Yeah, but I feel like Federer and Nadal would be like if Kobe and Mike got to actually really play each other prime.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I don't think it'll be a while before that happens again.
Right.
Because you always, because I want to say the last time that happened was like when you had Andre Agassi and Pete Sampras.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like them two was,
but to an elevated level,
right? And then and I want to say they won more championships than both of them.
Way more. I think they combined for 42 slams. Nadal and Federer, Sampras and Agassi, maybe like 22.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So man, you know, man, salute to both of them, man. Definite Hall of Famers, definite legends, definitely probably top 5. You could say
easy
in their sport.
Definitely top 5. The next one here, Will Smith apologizes to Chris Rock. I think it was PR.
Hold up, are you smashing or you passing?
I'm passing.
Okay.
I'm passing on that. I think Will Smith had to do what he had to do. And I don't know if you remember what he said on there. I think they asked him, or he addressed, like, why did he wait so long, or why didn't he actually apologize to him during a speech? He was just like, he blacked out. He couldn't. But he literally apologized to everybody else.
Yeah. So you didn't black out when he was apologizing to everybody else?
Yeah. So I'm passing on that, bro.
I'm passing on it because I believe that Jada was holding the camera while he was doing the apology. I'm passing because, like you said, you remember to apologize to everybody else, but not him. I'm passing because everybody wants to blame shit on mental health, and nobody wants to take accountability for what they did. I am tired of people not being accountable. This is what I want to know. our parents, our grandparents' generation, they didn't have half as many therapists. They didn't have half as many, all of this mental health issues. They didn't have half of the medication. But yet and still, with all the shit they was dealing with, racism and prejudice and everything like that, these niggas wasn't hauling off and just randomly embarrassing their family like that in public. These niggas wasn't committing suicide like we're doing. Right. We got all this therapy. We got all this medication. We got all this kumbaya sitting in a circle. It's not your fault. You can be 50 crying about something that happened to you when you was 3 still. Like, but niggas is still killing themselves. Niggas is still, and I'm not, you know, if anybody's sensitive to that, you know I'm sensitive to that. Yeah. You know, from my homeboy to family members, but like, let's just be realistic. Everybody that's doing it, people are jumping on the bandwagon. You ain't being accountable. Just own your shit and say you fucked up and move on. So like, man, who we bringing up next? What we got next?
The U.S. government apologizes about the bang bang. And this is something like I said, we got our
I believe that's
episode.
why all that stuff was happening.
Me too. We can go
did you see
go
the thing I posted that Reza Islam had posted that he was being targeted? Like if you were actually posting factual stuff, you were being targeted.
Yeah.
Like I feel like because we had a consistent for 2 years, we was consistent and people was watching.
Yeah.
And so
we
became a target.
We got 1 hour episodes banned, so we probably talk about more about that later. And this one here, man, rapper PNB Rock and actually the Memphis female rapper Lotto Cash Desto got murdered. She thinks she got murdered in Houston.
Was, Destiny. She went to Melrose. She was a Melrose student back in the day.
I had no idea who she was. Personally, I never. You heard her music, Lotto Cash Desato, the female rapper that got murdered in Houston.
Yeah, she is signed with Lil Uzi Vert.
I heard. I heard
she was from here. Actually, some of my kids I used to mentor from Melrose, like because like I said, she went to Melrose.
Orange Man. Okay,
that's what the Desto. Her name was Destiny.
Okay,
so that's what the Desto was. I don't really. They haven't released a lot of details as far as her situation.
No.
So it's just that's sad anytime that happens to anybody, and that was somebody from here, so that hits different. We got to do better. There's no reason for that.
It sucks. And with the PNB Rock thing, bro,
what I always say, man, that damn phone gets you every time.
Unfortunate. We can maybe get into deeper later, but
that gets you every
unfortunate time. For all those. The next one I want to give shout out to Penny Hardaway and the Memphis Tiger program. They recently they didn't get a postseason ban. They received a fine.
Why was they gonna get one anyway?
What you mean? The Wiseman stuff, like they were really.
Oh, they were still on them for that?
Yeah.
I thought it was something different.
No, it was that. So
I thought you was gonna talk about your boy, EB.
Salute to Penny on that.
I thought you was gonna talk about EB.
Oh,
and his gun charges.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that today. But
you didn't have the Tiffany Haddish Air Reed Spears thing on there.
I didn't know.
Did you even watch the video?
I didn't.
Bruh.
I know. I didn't, man. We can get into that. I didn't really
basically
know.
What happened was this video was made like almost 10 years ago. It was supposed to be a PSA about not leaving your children with strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you was to watch it, like it's really not as funny as they intended for it to be funny. But basically, Tiffany Haddish is playing a mother, and I guess Aries is supposed to be like her uncle or some relative or something. She dropping the kid. You saw the thing? And so
you saw it. The Tiffany
and like I said, it's not like after a while it's kind of cringy. Yeah. It was supposed to be funny. Yeah, because it was way too long.
Way too long.
But basically Aries is supposed to be like this perverted older relative. And so like the little boy is playing. And then she brought the boy in his drawers. And so he's playing around like he's playing with his toys and stuff. And so Aries got like a newspaper with like some eye holes because he looking through the newspaper, he watching the little boy play. But the twist is at the end of it, it's like the little boy was really watching him the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like the little boy was really, I don't want to say it's not pedophiling him, but the little boy was really choosing him. But then at the end of it was this PSA, watch who you leave your kids with, don't leave your kids with anybody, blah, blah, blah. Again, now, video wasn't really as funny as they intended for it to be.
Yeah.
But the fiasco came because now all these years later, they filed a lawsuit against Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish and said that they were molested, that they had been touched inappropriately, that they were being groomed, that Tiffany Haddish knew that they were being touched inappropriately, this, that, or whatever.
Okay, I did hear about
that. She lost all her, she had shows and stuff she lost and everything. Like, the whole time Aries was like, this is a money grab, it's extortion, this, that, and the third. Long and short of it, it gets dismissed with prejudice. For those of y'all who don't know, when you go to court, if something gets dismissed with prejudice, that means it can't come back. No matter what evidence, no matter how many years pass, okay, you change your mind. When the judge say it's dismissed with prejudice, that means you're exonerated. Ain't no coming back. Ain't no appeals. It's done. So basically, but then this is the crazy thing. This came out right after Aries made the comments about Lizzo. He makes the comments about Lizzo.
I saw him on Vlad talking about
the
that
shit emoji.
Yeah.
But right after that, then these allegations come up, and it's only up for 2 weeks. Tiffany Haddish just lose all of her sponsorship shows, gigs she got going on, movies she was supposed to be getting into.
But Kevin Hart, her homie, did he come out and say something?
Nah, he never, because we didn't know, and we live in the age now where anytime an accusation is made, you got to react off the accusation, whether it's evidence or not. If you get accused of something, people are going to act off of it just because you get accused of it. And we didn't talk about this none last year, and finally, thankfully, that whole mess is over with.
Right.
But, man, I can't tell you the looks you get. I'm in the courtroom, nigga, now the judge wasn't, but man, the bailiffs, the clerks looking at me like I'm a piece of shit. And like I tell y'all about them damn text messages. One thing about me, I ain't got no reason to delete. You know what, Your Honor? Guess what I got in my phone that I ain't deleted? I got some text messages. And he read them text messages in the courtroom. So everything that you were saying, your text messages contradicted that. So how are you saying you this, and this, but then I'm reading these text messages and they contradicting? But to the point, the accusation. Man, them look, and then when he was reading the text messages, then all of a sudden the bailiffs and stuff couldn't even look at me anymore. Because that same energy that you had when I was a piece of shit, now you see that, oh, she's the piece of shit. You don't got that same energy.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what Aries put out a tweet. He was like, y'all keep that same energy. But Tiffany's like, ain't nobody giving me no gigs at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
We got to be more responsible. If somebody does wrong, we need to really vet. Just like you said something, you said alleged earlier.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You didn't take a hard stance. You said alleged.
Right.
Because if you were saying this is for a fact and people was taking it and running with it, and then we wrong, how often are we going to spend 20 minutes and be apologizing on that?
Right.
We're going to move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
So we got to do a better job because we could have, potentially ruined some. Now, again, it was in bad taste. Wasn't funny. They could have did a better job of what they were doing. But they did not do what was said to those children. And it really was a money grab.
Yeah.
What we got? What we got up?
Got a couple of these salutes. We got to get salutes on here because we got to go get Z. So here, I want to say that Rihanna is headlining the Super Bowl.
Salute to Riri.
You know what I'm saying? Salute to
You still thinking about Serena. You still thinking about your boo.
Rihanna.
I mean, not your boo. You still thinking about your avatar, your tennis avatar.
Yeah,
your boo is
she my boo.
Serena is Mrs. Brown.
So salute to Rihanna on that. Also salute to Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Finally getting her first Emmy.
Winning the first Emmy. Also, smash a pass. Glorilla signing with CMG. What'd you say, Vic? You like that? CMG?
I'm gonna smash it because
I'm smashing
then also Moneybag and Finesse have squashed their beef.
I love that.
So
Finesse is my dude, dog. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Man, look.
I mess with Finesse more.
It's cool when they do it.
Ooh.
It's a problem when I do it.
Finesse so hard, dog.
I love Finesse, man.
Finesse
I just
so
love,
hard.
man. I'm in love with Memphis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and going all the way back, not just now where we got Black Youngster, Moneybag, Finesse, you know, Rip to Dolph, you know what I'm saying? Got It, Glorilla. We got all of what's going on in Memphis now. Big Boogie, Big Walk Dog, like Memphis doing the thing, Pooh Shiesty. You know what I'm saying? Like Memphis is making noise, but then like even back to 3-6, Skinny Pimp, Fly, Black, Tila, Trigger. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I love Memphis, period. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so the fact that we are in I don't know how often you listen to Breakfast Club, but they talk about how Memphis is winning.
Yeah.
So that just feels good because people always on, but like when we do it right, like when the Grizzlies on that shit, ain't nothing like it.
It's undeniable.
You know what I'm saying? When Memphis music is pop, ain't nothing like it.
Yeah.
Memphis barbecue, Memphis wings, ain't nothing like it.
You want to give a shout out to Glorilla for doing that. I don't know if y'all saw the Grizzlies.
Yeah, the Grizzlies.
The hype video.
Yeah, the Grizzlies hype video.
Ooh, she killed that. She killed that, bro.
Did you hear the song with her and Cardi?
I did. Cardi went off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cardi went off.
Now, if Cardi wasn't married, Cardi sits at the top of the throne, too, with Megan Good and Carrie Hilson and Kelly Rowland and Chloe Bailey.
Chloe?
Yeah.
You got to put Chloe in there.
Yeah, Chloe's up there.
You got to put Chloe.
I didn't know who Chloe was before the Bussy video.
And I want to say at the last thing, R.I.P. to Coolio, passes at age 59, and also R.I.P. to Louise Fletcher.
Yeah, man. Like, have you ever seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Nurse Ratched.
Yeah.
Like, man, Nurse Ratched was like, and did you ever watch Shameless?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch. That's another one you gotta watch.
Okay.
But she was the grandma on Shameless. So a lot of people forgot, like, who's this lady that's like cold as the grandma, but that was Nurse Ratched.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, she died. Yeah, yeah, that's Louise Fletcher. Yeah. She died. She was 88. She was like, and she was when she won Best Actress for that movie. Because Jack Nicholson actually won Best Actor. Like they swept the whole Oscars that year. You know what I'm saying? And so she was a very influential actress. And unfortunately, they said she got kind of typecast after she did that because they was always trying to get her to play these evil, roles. And I mean, again, like, man, with Coolio, you know what I'm saying? Gangsta's Paradise.
My kids love this song.
Man.
My kids love this song to this day. Like that's one of the rap songs that they know. You know what I'm saying? So,
he also had the song Fantastic was another hit he had. It was more of a regional than a national hit, but that was one of his big songs. I mean, he was in TV shows a lot, man. He really capitalized off of it and definitely hip hop. Yeah, I was gonna say the Keenan and Kel thing.
That jump was bumping. Yeah. That jump was bumping. Now, before we get out of here, man, I want to give a shout out to all the Hurricane Ion survivors and people that were affected by that. McDade, he lived down in Florida now. Him and his girl actually went up to South Carolina for a few days to kind of get away from that situation. So prayers out to everybody into that situation, man. And until next time, y'all continue with that executive mindset.
I don't know if I'm on the camera.
Now you on the camera right there.
Okay, look at there I am. And most definitely keep it presidential.
Salute.
Arrivederci. Bow.
Bow.